Welcome back, Wrestling with Ski. We don't got any stupid TV program to talk about tonight. I'd hit the damn mic table, but I would have an eruption of stupid. So I'm happy. Justin's happy. Finally, we don't have bad TV to try to make sound really good, even though NXT wasn't that bad, but they improved. All right, now we're going to talk about moments that were actually really good when TV didn't ever suck, like at all. There was no bad TV back then. And because I am a kind fellow, my name's on the show, but Justin is the brains of this operation most of the time.
What one I have.
Now, if we talk about certain things, he loses. Like we talk about Snitsky punting a baby doll, that's all me. But top 10 moments, we got lots of moments. Top 10, top 15.
I've got 25, but we can break this down into a couple.
This is gonna be like entrance themes, and we're like, well, we had top 10 entrance themes. 32 songs later,
pretty much. I think we'll just go see how long we can go with all this. And if we happen to get through all these, so be it. If not, hey, this could be part one of.
By the way, just to let everyone know, listening, watching, and him sitting right there, the grocery store is number one. So we'll talk about 9 other things, or how many grocery stores number one.
Well, these are shocking moments that aren't even on any of the other stuff that we've actually.
Oh, there we go. Say, but if you bring it up,
except for a couple, because some of them just stick. But I try not.
Stone Cold and Booker T in a grocery store. I'm sorry. Vince McMahon spending that much money.
That was in the Stone Cold movie.
That was like $40,000 worth of damage. But
Vince
letting you just murder, but that just Vince spending the money because hell, he won't spend 10 cents to let Keith Lee keep his theme song. But yet he kept paying for the rights to Metalingus, which I played like 9 times in a row earlier. Just like what? Ha ha ha. Like one more time. No, I was kidding. Like I can lie to myself. It's okay. But he'll pay for that for all these years so he can keep showing up like once every million years. But Keith Lee didn't get a song. That's another story. But what's your first one you want to talk about?
First one, and I don't know if a lot of people remember it, but I find it kind of creepy, scary.
I don't like creepy. Look at me. Like I have a half tooth.
Paul Bearer in a plastic box getting cemented in by the Undertaker.
I remember that.
That's up there.
That
I remember it. Maybe not a lot of people remember, but it was just one of those. By
the way,
terrified.
His plastic box was way better than whatever the actual magician was. I tried to get buried alive in concrete in a plastic box. They mention it on Mind Freak, I think season 1. While he's getting buried alive at the House of 1,000 Corpses house with Rob Zombie there and Sherry, all the people. Which, by the way, I mean, like he died. Like everyone, like a lot of those people that do like it doesn't work out. So I give. Too bad he died, but I give him all the credit in the world. It was nice to see his kid made it to the Hall of Fame for him to get inducted. I wish he. Just because of how long he was gone, really, like I wish he would have got inducted before he passed because for how long he wasn't there. But to see him do that and everyone to have full confidence in how well it went, like that shows just how much confidence, like everything that he touched while he was there between splitting them up, being together, whatever. Like, Mr. Moody was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like everything they did was so good. Like he played both sides so well.
Yeah.
Whether he was being with Taker, against Taker, with Kane. No, I think Foley once. Like it's very rare he was against Taker, but with anyone but Kane. But there was that one time. But that was one of those things you're like, what? That's not going to end well. And it ended great. So, and he played it so well.
Oh, yeah.
Like he played everything they did. He did so good. Only regret from all that is I wish he would have gotten the Hall of Fame while he's still alive and it wasn't his kid accepting it. Like he did that like for how long he was in the wrestling.
Yeah.
He was in there since what, the 80s?
Yeah. And just how much he had touched everybody
Everybody at that point.
for McMahon to pay for his
Yeah.
surgery, to lose the weight,
Yeah.
to try and get him to be better. Unfortunately, his demons got the best of him in the
Like,
long run.
Vince doesn't. Vince, he's done that to very few. Sadly, all of their demons have won. But damn it, for
Yeah.
Vince to even say, "What we'll pay for it on our dime,"
Yeah.
but you need to live.
Yeah.
Like that means you touched him on a spiritual level. Because normally you see what I just put that in the back of my mind and move on. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I don't want to be sad. Why don't I just compartmentalize it and get rid of it? Like he said it.
I mean, you hear about other superstars that are, in this for the upteenth time, but it's a lot. I mean, WWE takes care of it because it's their wellness stuff, but this
and that's at least that compared to their other
Paul
wellness
Bearer was
policies.
taken care of personally. Like as you said, McMahon's like, okay, let's do this. Let's get you healthy, or at least somewhat.
And
better.
I'm glad that because Vince does he doesn't get credit. I mean, he does act a certain way that I'm not allowed to. Even if Justin was the first one to use the word shit on air, there's words that we still can't say to describe how Vince treats most people. Shit doesn't even get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
But for him to go there with him, I mean,
yeah,
that shows just how important he was, just like Yoko, who we brought up last night.
Yeah.
Like Vince at least did it. Mr. Moody took it.
Yeah.
But I really think that once his wife died, I think it was just.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
And all of us, when you've been there for that long,
Yeah, I read a few because he had lost some weight, and then just everything he was going through with his wife at the time, he just stopped caring, and it got to the point where couldn't move. Like
it's just, I'm just happy that. I mean, he gave him the shot. He actually took advantage of it because at least he tried. Like Yoko and so many others, there's very few, but none of them actually tried. And I'm very happy that Vince gave, and he tried. It was just when you're with someone for that long, it's just he came back for a little bit. The old lady died. And I hate to say old lady because it makes it sound bad, but his wife, his old lady died.
Yeah.
And that's why he was there for. I mean. That was his whole life after that many decades. No matter what he did with Kane, no matter what he did with Taker, Mick, Vince, the company, anyone, once his old lady died, I mean, it's just for that many decades, it's what? I don't care how healthy I am. It's that's your whole life. And I actually respect him more for that.
Yeah.
Because damn it. He tried. Hi.
Hi.
Do you know I didn't even answer this call?
What?
Didn't even answer, but here you are. What's up?
I didn't call you.
I didn't call you.
The fuck?
But
I didn't call you. I called you early. I know I didn't actually.
But
I tried
Moody.
to FaceTime. We FaceTimed earlier. No, I didn't try to call you.
Well, I can hang up if you want.
Okay. I thought you called me.
I didn't touch nothing, homie.
Okay, sorry. I might have
You're fine.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Anyway, that was fucking awesome. But he carried on. See, there's the F-bombs. Again, what? Sorry, after all that weirdness, deal with it. But Vince does, that's the biggest thing I take away from all of that happening. Vince does have, as bad as we make him out to, be, and guess what? 98% of the time, he's just as bad as we make him out to be. But there's that small 2% where the human being involved, whether it's Paul Bearer, Yoko, Taker, and all of his stuff, where the human being,
agreed,
takes over, and suddenly you don't believe the stories you hear about Vince. Excuse me, what?
Yeah,
and he's a good guy, and which I think is makes him even bigger, of a human being, especially with Yoko and stuff. It's what you're gonna orphan your children, dude. But stop, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Let us help you. And he just kept going. He has tried with a lot of people. No matter what. I just wish more people would have taken it.
Some people just, they're in that
you
mindset
can't help them.
you just you know, not to go off on a tangent, but when I was heavy, it was,
And I was telling you all kinds of things all the time.
yeah. And just, what what my wife used to bring up of when we first started dating, like when she would come over to my parents' house and like I'd always be ordering food and just eating a lot
You're
of food.
gonna
And
die.
just like, yeah, it's,
And it
either
takes
you have either you have it in you to do it when it needs to be, and
you
unfortunately
know
I
what the worst
didn't.
thing is? The worst thing is small little comment, but like Yoko again, like he didn't
Yeah.
have the big like you're good like he just kept going until his body literally was like stop by.
Yeah.
Like you had to like wake the up moment. So apparently, like I mean, everyone has a purpose. I'm not trying to go all philosophical and Jesus, he's way better at that
Yeah.
than me. But you had your moment like what? Wake the up.
Yeah.
He didn't until he like and we heard the story on Icon what he called everybody
Yeah.
and told them he felt tired. Like he called 5, 6, 7, 8 different like I feel tired. Like I think it's one of those he knew he was done.
Yeah.
You had your like nothing, but suddenly boom, like there and you had like I think there is different things with that. I wish Yoko would God, I wish he would have stuck around as we're on the wrestling thing. Taker loved him to death, like so many people. And you look at all the people now that we're completely sidebarred.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the people that showed up at that show in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Rikishi showed up, Kane, Big Show,
Yeah.
Big Show, Taker. Like, there's so many people that showed up at that show, just the Yokozuna in a small, like in Allentown.
Yeah.
I've been to Allentown. You know what's there? The base. It's a reserve base. That's it.
Yeah. There's nothing to it.
And guys that were on the road, like the Takers and the Canes, still that are on the road 6 days a week, showed up to do that on their night off.
Yeah.
That's how much Yoko meant to the world and how much so many people loved him and wish he would have.
Yeah.
God, he had so many chances. But again, like look at you. Like I told you not to die on me a lot. Like you told me not to die. And look, I got ran over. You like and almost died. You almost died. And look at us both now. It took almost dying. Like most people takes that like warning. Like, no,
Yeah.
really, moron. Like you're gonna die. Okay, I'll be good now. Like he didn't get that. And that's a damn
Yeah.
shame because from what we all hear, Yoko was a gorgeous human being.
Yeah.
Like he was one of a kind. Just he wasn't a like he was genuinely a good person.
Yeah.
And I wish he would have got the shot that you got, even though you almost died. I almost died. Different circumstances, but still almost died.
Yeah.
Like I think good people, like they all deserve that, and I don't know why. Like this Yoko didn't. Like, because how many other wrestlers were that? Like he's the one of a kind from that.
Yeah.
Like,
He is.
like just like
Gotta-
Eddie. Eddie cleaned his act up, and he got to live for a little bit before his heart finally. But he got to live a little. Like he got to live for a year or so there. Like,
Yeah.
and I wish the best to Saul Guerrera, like his daughter. Like I wish the best to her, but at least he got to live a little. I wish he
Yeah.
would have. Like we all wish he would have lived a lot longer. But I mean, he got to live a lot longer than he should have after he was sober. 'Cause he shouldn't have made it that far.
Yeah.
We all know that. Like anyone that's honest, I'm not talking trash about Eddie, but his demons were legit.
Yeah.
And he got clean, and look how long he made it after before his heart finally said no. But at least he got to live. Look at all the knowledge he passed on to the
Yeah.
the Rays, to the Cenas, to the Batistas, to so many Chavo. Like him and Chavo had a great run. Like look at all the stuff he passed on to so many people when he got clean before his he finally passed. Like I don't know. There's just so many wrestling deaths that were sad, except for Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris was still sad, but Yoko just hurt because so many people tried to get him before he was alive,
Yeah.
before he died, and he never did anything. And I think that's why he didn't get the warning shot that you and so many like me, so many.
And he was just so far. I think also.
He was so far gone. There was.
I think he just accepted there was no turning back, no matter even if he
Again,
tried,
like he
you know
called
what I mean?
so many people at the end there that last night before he died saying he felt tired. I never know what he called everyone. He called like 10 people and said he felt tired. He knew. When you get to that point, apparently he knew. But
Yeah.
God, he was still so like good. I don't remember what the hell we were talking about moment wise, but like all those guys
Paul
that made
Bear.
it.
Paul Bear
Yeah,
and the Cement
Paul Bear,
Pop.
yeah. Paul, like he made it back.
Yeah.
Before, but he was old too. I mean, like he just
Yeah.
that happened. His soulmate died. Like there were so many. Paul was a damn shame, but there was a lot worse shames. But Paul made it. Paul Bear, the Mr. Mooney. I was just happy his kid was there. Too bad his kid was, the size of him. I just
Yeah.
don't want to see anything bad happen to him. Like,
All right. So what kind of moment you thinking here?
I'm gonna bring up the one that we missed weeks ago. Was Stone Cold blowing up the DX Express?
That was on my list.
I figured it was, but you have
Yeah.
25, so I could steal one here and there, but we didn't bring it up. The DX Express. I mean, it made no sense how he dropped like just an I beam on a bus
Yeah.
and it blew up. But I wonder how much Vince spent on explosives to blow that bastard up. But that was a great one. Like you remember
Yeah.
that in all of their thing. That was DX 2.0 with all of them. So that was good. Like that was a cool thing. That was good to me.
Yeah.
He didn't see it coming when he dropped an I beam. Like what? What? I know throwing explosives or anything in the roof of those buses. What the hell?
Yeah.
But you still loved every second of it, even though you have basic knowledge going, that's not supposed to happen. And you loved it. So that was one of my top. You can give your feelings on it. I just know.
Oh, I mean, anything Austin drove or maneuvered, I mean, was very memorable. But that
Which
one,
is literally
that one
everything.
Yeah, that one does stand out.
From cranes with I-beams to concrete trucks to beer trucks to Zambonis to monster trucks to his own truck to ATVs to it just keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, he mentioned that many things. What did he drive? Everything.
Yeah. Except the tank, but that's okay.
Well, if it helps, Sean and Hunter weren't driving it either.
Yeah.
So he wins because he drove everything. In that alleged tank that night during the whole invasion, like we're gonna go invade WCW. It's like, dude, you're in a teeny tiny little thing with like a cannon on it. Like, you're not in a tank. Like, shut up. That's a tank. Then I'm Jesus. And I will never be Jesus because I don't want
I'd have to go with one of the very first ring collapsing moments is when Brock superplexed Big Show through the SmackDown ring.
First time.
Yeah, just crazy. Just
and since then
I don't know which referee was there, but you saw
it was Kyoto.
Yeah, I think it was Kyoto, and you just see the ring collapse, and you see him just go
like,
up into the air.
The second time, and it was Show and Braun, I believe he bounced. Like whoever it was, the referee bounced out of the ring. Yeah. But that first time, there he is just going.
It's like a trampoline.
Like what the? Like there you go. Oh, we're not going to tell you what's going to happen. Just look bewildered after it happened. What the? Vince. Well, I don't get paid enough to.
I just don't see how they were able to do that with still having the match and then that moment. I mean, it just.
I never understood how they did it because the amount of weight for all the other matches. Yeah. Like,
I mean, now given the angle, maybe there were cameramen all in the four corners and they all went go and pulled something.
But
or something had to. I
don't know. He gets up on the top rope, pull. Why? So when they hit, everything explodes. But I don't actually as a fan. I don't want to know how they pulled that off.
Yeah.
Whether it was just oh my god, that just happened thing, and they didn't see it coming. They're like, what, 1,000 pounds? Oh, shit, we hold 2,000 pounds on the apron. Yeah, how many times?
Say, well, show is at least 500 at that point.
5+ at that point.
Yeah, 5+, and Lesnar's probably an easy
300,
320 something. I mean, that's.
Right, but although, or it could have just happened, and Vince is in the background, like back in Gorilla, going, there's Mike Kyoto bouncing out of the ring. I'm like, what the hell, Vince? Like, what do I do? Like, get in the ring and stand there looking confused. Why? Why? Because you're confused as hell. Why? And we don't know what to do because we didn't expect the ring to implode.
No.
Well, you just had 800 pounds come crashing to the earth. What the hell did you think was going to happen? Don't make that sound. Makes me have to pee. You're rude, little one. You're rude. You're a savage. I was doing all good. Then you did that. Bathroom's right there. Damn it. But that was, I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it was planned. I just left Mike Chioda in the middle. Just like exactly. Like just get in there and look like you don't know what's going on. Well, he just went from standing to kaboom to bouncing out of the ring to what I bet you looking confused. Probably wasn't that hard at that point, Vince. Or again, if it happened, there's Vince like, get in there, get in there, get in. What the fuck do I do? I just stand there and look confused. Like got it. But not that hard. Like, because we just had almost 1,000 pounds just blow the ring out. I love it to death, but yes, I just wish I could like a fly in the wall for Vince. Like if they weren't planning that and then boom. I just wish I could be there. See Vince. Oh, we're ready for anything. Well, the ring just collapsed. Like hit the hurricane's music. Why? Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. Why? Why? Because hurricanes crush everything. Just have him come out. At least he didn't do that. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
For letting my half-brained idea not actually happen. I bet you he thought about it though. Because it's Vince and he loves stupid.
Yes, agreed. So what else are you thinking?
I'm thinking I have a cat coming towards me and it's terrifying me. Pillman and the gun.
Classic.
I don't know if that's on your list, but
Oh, it's on there.
Pillman and the gun, like just with everything that led to, and that's when they realized what we should probably tell our network and the people sponsoring us what's gonna happen. You don't say. There's Pillman going, camera cuts off. Like you should probably tell them when you're gonna be like, hey, look, we're gonna point a gun at someone's face. They might want to know that. But that was one of the most iconic. Even if you didn't watch a lot of it, even if you see it now as a fan, now you're like, I want to know what the hell happened there. And thankfully, Dark Side of the Ring is there. I think they'll do a better job than WWE ever could to describe everything and go over it. Like, no offense to them, but Dark Side of the Ring will do better than WWE or Peacock or anyone ever could.
I loved everything.
Yeah, just because the parameters with Peacock and WWE compared to Vice.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like
Vice
has
is edgy.
More, Vice has a lot more free will to actually cover everything.
Yeah.
So I think they're perfect to do it because, again, Peacock's like offended, like NBC. They're offended by little things. Vice is like, and
sue us.
We blew the church up. Cool. What? We got footage of that. No, screw them. Like, and that's why I think it's the best spot for them. They'll be able to do more about it. It'll be a hell of an episode. Like when it's all, I'm not watching it until it's all done.
Yeah, well, it's a two-parter. So
no, I'm not watching it until like everything's done.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it either.
So when the first part's done, they'll be like on Hulu. They'll be like, "What? You have 8 seconds? That's cool." But I'm going to sit here and just keep watching. And here comes part 2. Like that's how I am with like especially Dark Side of the Ring and the Wrestlers, which is a great show too. I'm sure you watched it.
I watched it. Yeah.
Some of them but wait until the next. Well, just wait till it's all done. Just like, and especially like because they got Benoit, they got like Pillman.
Like when
Pillman,
I didn't even know about Dark Side of the Ring till you said something. I'm kind of glad I didn't know until you told me because then I just completely binge watched.
I did. Seasons. Like I didn't find out until both. Like what you need to watch this. Like the Moolah stuff, Benoit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brawl for All. The UWF, which when I'm having a bad day, I just go, well, at least I'm not Abrams. That one. dying covered in Vaseline, coated in like cocaine with hookers. Like, damn it, that's one of those that has to be true. Like, it's so bad that has to be true. But the Benoit story, and like now again we have Pillman. I think Pillman deserved the story well before this time.
Yeah.
Like, Pillman deserved Hall of Fame, a WWE thing. Like, Pillman was, in a short amount of time, he made a giant impact.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
So, like, and again, but all the people on Dark Side, like, what's his name? Dino Bravo, George, no, what was his name? He was in the one down in Texas with the Freebirds, and I want to say Gino, Gorgeous Gino. There you go. Gino, and he had Benoit's thing, which I can't believe they went there. The UWWF,
Yeah.
Moolah, like they covered so many. Like, just go. And I was sitting there watching the whole first season. Like, I know that guy commentating right now.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there was Benoit. I was like, damn it, it was Jericho. I feel like an idiot. Like, literally, I'm stupid. Like, I wasn't with stupid. I was stupid to make it that many. I know that voice. Like, congratulations, jackass. But that was Jericho. Like,
Could make a shirt that says "I'm with Vince."
I will never be with Vince.
No, I mean just.
I know, but I spent so much time. Like, I think you and me are getting kicked off the air because somebody will Vince. What? This guy says you're an idiot. Like, but I am an idiot. But if you look at the descriptions, he doesn't actually mention anything in copyright form. Isn't that a?
Yeah.
Because Jesse makes sure X is capitalized, actually, and the N and T aren't, or the N and T are capitalized and the X isn't. Why? Because then you can't touch me. Deal with it. But Dark Side of the Ring is probably the best thing, and there's so much stuff with Pillman and everything else they have planned. I'm really looking forward to this season. And again, COVID happened, which is why it took so long.
Yeah.
Which is why they started doing like extras. Like, well, here's what Darker Side of the Ring. Okay, but like, I don't blame them. I mean, COVID happened. Like, no one saw that coming. But again, if you people are listening to this, like, find it. Because those guys who put those shows together, especially the Benoit one, where everyone's being all nice, and they see William Regal. He's one of the best technical wrestlers you ever know. Done. Like, what?
Nothing else. Nothing.
Well, not saying nothing about him as a human being.
Didn't shed a tear. Direct to the point.
The best technical wrestlers I've ever seen. What? Anything else? What? Nope. Why? You don't want to know. Why? Because I know. I won't get in trouble. I won't get in trouble for saying this.
I'll say William Regal knew a lot.
They lived in the same town. I mean, him and like all of them. What? I won't get in trouble for saying that he's a heaping pile of shit, and I hope he rots in hell. And he's one of the best technical wrestlers.
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Like, anything else?
Move along.
Like, I'll hit him. I'll hit his corpse with my brass knuckles. Deal with it. And him with brass knuckles, by the way, is way better than Candace ever.
Yeah.
LeRae, not the other one, because they weren't even allowed to look at each other with the other Candace. But watch Dark Side of the Ring.
Speaking of other personable moments, and I don't know if you remember this. I know I remember this, and I kind of forgot it at one point. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a pretty interesting.
You had a Jesse moment.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Big Boss Man driving a vehicle with Big Show's father's coffin dragging on the back of it, and Big Show
dives on top of it.
You're welcome.
And there's just driving. Just God, yes, that was. I'm sorry, Vince. What the?
Well, there's a couple other Boss Man questionable moments too. Now that I mentioned that one,
feeding someone's chihuahua to someone, yes, but here's your dad's corpse, and I'm dragging it away. You're gonna dive on said casket as I drag all of you, like who
I'm pretty sure we all
Like-
know it wasn't.
I know, but you know what? Mr. Fuji cooked other people's dogs and fed it to him. Who the hell takes someone's father's casket, has the person dive on top of it as he drives away in the Bluesmobile of all things? Like, who in the actual hell writes that? Amazing. Like, oh, we learned that Big Show has feelings. Yeah. You had Boss Man show up in the Bluesmobile and drag his dead father's corpse away in a casket. And Big Show
Yeah.
dives on top of it like, God, Dad. Like, God damn.
Someone's going to hell.
I bet it was Vince.
He'd probably
Yes.
buy his way out of it and own it and run it, but
You know what? I'm running hell. What? Here's what? I'll buy you. What, Satan? What? I will own hell. You'll just run it. Okay, fine. Whatever. Like, bro.
yeah.
Bro. But him, remember what he did? Him with Show's dad was just, you're watching it going,
That's morally wrong.
like, even if it isn't his dad in the cat, we're all playing, but technically just took the casket of his father, attached to the Bluesmobile of all things, and drove away with him holding onto it.
Yeah.
Dad, well, like, who in the hell thought that was a good idea? Because that's a line that I won't even cross. And I have no conscience. I don't care. I had a really bad 2019. I have $0 left to give. I'm going to hell. How? Who? 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 Like, that's a great idea. Like, no.
Uh,
By the way, that is a terrible idea.
yeah.
Like, think if you tried to run that now. Like, Jesus
Stock deal
Christ.
done.
Like, Snow White just got told that she is promoting rape culture. What the hell do you think they're going to do when you die on someone's dead loved one's casket? You know, no, don't leave me. And dude just drives away, dragging the casket, and they're like, you're going beyond.
But you can't get any more worse than Dr. Seuss books though.
Well, you know, Snow White is now rape culture, and she got canceled. Like, the kiss doesn't go out because they shared and asked for permission. Like, you're getting so fucking stupid. Like, but you're thinking, like, that's how much you people are being unproductive to the world. Like, you're thinking about all the stuff with, like, cartoons, like fairy tales, which means they're not even real. And here we are.
Yep.
How about you get a fucking job and do something with your life? And for the
Well-
love of God, he has a job. I have a job and I do the other thing. This pays my bills, but I have another one. Like, VA, like, I do all kind. I coach. I do all kind. Like, get a fucking job. I never even thought of that all the times I watched Snow White.
Yeah.
Like, for the love of everything holy, everything nice, and Buck Uckfay. Thank you, Piglen. For the love of Uckfay, what in the Uckfay is wrong with you people that you have the time to notice that this? Like, are you Uckfaying kidding me? That should be a shirt. Are you Uckfaying kidding me? I don't even know how to spell that. I don't care. Like, what in the actual is wrong with you? Like, with between, like, Linda McMahon in a chair with her husband, making out with Trish Stratus in her lap. That's okay, but we're going after Snow White. Like, are
Done.
you kidding me? Like, this can't be real. Like, the world we live in has to be the alternate universe, figment of my imagination that everyone that made the Marine Corps out to be. It's like, no, what? That was really real. This is a whole nother world of stupid. What? Marine Corps, what? We even looked and went, are you kidding me? What? Come here. What? Let me knock your head off your shoulders. Like, you want some head and shoulders? Yeah, why? Bah! What? Now you don't have a head. You still
Yeah.
got shoulders, though. Ayo.
But speaking of, still crossing lines, nothing still gets over, as in Jeff Jarrett hitting Fabulous Moolah head on with the guitar. I mean, he really went into it.
She
Like,
headed that.
like she.
There was just
and-
a woo.
but again,
And
Moolah and Mae Young, they were both like, okay, if we're going to
Yeah.
do something,
They were taking like
go
those.
put it
They were
100%.
they were taking power bombs from Bubba off of the like stage through a like, but
When you got Mae Young going,
I mean that was just
I want you to go full force, break me in half
yeah. But
at that age.
you see them though in the
Yeah,
like you see them. Ooh, like well that was a bad idea. You see them as they're booed. All right, nailed it.
I think the one also with Mae Young, I think it was when Randy RKO'd her.
I mean, she took a
She
3D
told
off
Randy-
the stage through a table and RKO. I mean, and
She
said,
told Randy to
do it.
don't do it half.
Yeah,
You know.
if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave, what if you don't get back up? It's not my fault then. Like, hey Vince, can I sign a agreement?
whole harmless agreement.
Like, you got them laying around. What? Not like she said, if you're gonna do it, do it. What? I'm not getting sued for this. Well, you can get sued for it.
Okay, well, we hit two birds with one stone there with Moolah. And,
Although, but they took
Hey,
like, I mean, and you see the guitar though. You just go back and watch it.
oh yeah, it
I
was.
mean, she just stand there, just like you see the
Yeah.
shake, this boo. Ooh.
I mean, even at that age, she was still built like a brick
Yeah.
house. Like,
There was the bow. Damn. Like you could see her just thinking as she shook and fell down. Shit. Like if she did. You hit us that hard. Bow. Ah! Like she got mollywopped. Even though Moolah was apparently a terrible person. If you watch Beyond, like the dark side, she was just as mean as we all thought she was. No one said anything about Mae Young, who was giving birth to hands and getting power bombed through tables by Bubba at the same time, by the way, which is just terrifying that it was simultaneously. She was going through tables and it's a hand. And I'm not in the mood to laugh tonight. So we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Good old Mark Henry. God bless the United. If I could just, I'll just butcher him on like Twitter. Like what? Please let us. Please let us. Please let us. Please let us. Why? It's a hand. You don't say. Like, yes, it is. I don't get it still.
yeah.
Like it's been 20 years, but it's a hand. Can you bring like Briscoe or do you bring Gerald or Pat back to life so they can explain that? Can you get Vince? Why? Because I'll get Cornette will pay attention if we're on there. You get Jimmy to watch us. Well, then we can get him on the show after Vince runs his suck. And me and Justin will be famous because Jim Cornette, like, say he wants to kill him and rip his esophagus out and murder his children. Like Jim Cornette needs to calm down. But that, like, Moolah took just a whooping during the Attitude Era. Happily.
Yeah.
Like, they were getting
not once did I hear anything that they complained.
They were just getting mauled. Just what? Do it. Bow. I'm like, thanks, pussy.
Here's 10 grand. You're getting hit with a guitar. Okay.
Boom.
I
Thanks.
let somebody hit me in the head with a guitar for
Like
10 grand.
that. Like, thanks, pussy. Is your stuff just like next time hit me like a man? You mother. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to paralyze you.
All righty. Well, that leads me into Jeff going off the Raw set, Swanton, full-fledged. I was pretty sure that was the first time he did something off the set.
Only one arm went out that time, just as he was holding on with the other one. Just
I forget who he landed. Was it one of the Dudleys? Was it Dudleys?
Dudley's,
I don't remember.
RVD, who knows what he was out of
Or
his
you know what?
mind.
Maybe it was that RVD match.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't remember, but I think it was RVD. And see, it's off the cuff. I think it was RVD.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be stuck looking.
Yeah. If not, somebody, whoever's watching this, comment. If you find it before us, let us know.
they'll probably
I
find
don't
it.
like being incorrect. I like correcting myself. And if somebody wants to do that on the comments on this post, I guess
Someone,
later, I won't take offense. I'd like to be able to know that we are providing accurate facts.
unless you're the dude from Germany, don't correct us. What? You just keep listening because I don't even know
Yeah.
where the hell you found us from. And I legitimately heart you. What? And then Cherry Creek. Well, I don't even know where the hell you found us from. And every day I'm like, yeah, Germany. Yeah. But I think it was, I mean, he was in so many of those though.
Oh, I
It
know.
was like Shane when he was on, did the elbow drop from the same height. Like, who the hell was that again? I don't know. When they were fighting the same people.
Well, all I remember is that first major bump Shane took was against Blackman at SummerSlam. Well, it wasn't even he didn't even fall. He just fell.
It was a hell of a bump.
Yeah.
Regardless, that was.
I mean,
You're looking up going.
he went full backwards. Like, I'm surprised he didn't.
Like you're
concuss
looking up at
himself.
him going, bad idea. And there's Blackman laying there going, what? That's a thing. And look whose career ended.
Pretty
Wasn't Shane.
Pretty sure Shane had a pretty worse fall doing that than Jericho did in the blood and guts match when he fell on pillows and cardboard. No offense to the AEW blood and guts match. It was, I watched it. It was good, but that
I heard it
was
was good.
the camera angle was just, you should have just had it up at the top, watch him fall, be done. Should have just,
Put an air mattress on
I
that.
mean, from the pictures I saw, it looked like cardboard and pillows. I've heard many articles,
I
many
didn't look.
memes. It was, it was a good match. I know we
didn't
don't
look.
promote the other. I know we don't promote the other brand, but it was a good match. It really was.
We'll promote whoever the hell we want. Want to know why? Because we're not mentioning anybody by name, at least in the descriptions, which means they can't sue us. And Chris, there's someone else that could have taken that bump for you. Like Mick didn't have any of that, and you were backstage when he did it.
I'll tell you what, though.
You pussy.
Not to promote the other brand, but Sammy Guevara took a pretty bad beat, and I actually saw his post. He had like a gash like this long they had to sew up. It was ridiculous. His back, his shoulders. Oh my Lord.
Well, it's kind of like when Sheamus and Drew are beating the hell out of each other. Like you just looked at me. I know it's worse, but I'm saying you looked at going,
yeah,
what, that hurt. That really, really hurt. I don't care whether yay, like what. Like you looked at Sheamus, okay, what, he's a pasty. And he looked at Drew, never mind, that killed everyone.
Yeah.
Like, well, guess what? They're less trained, so they hurt each other more. No offense, most of them are just, I don't like MJF. I don't think he's that big of a deal. I think if he went into a WWE ring, Stone Cold could still beat the living shit out of him right now.
Yeah.
Like, here's your place, bro. Like, bye. Done. No one would care. The whole wrestling universe would be able to get him. Even AEW fans would be like, what? That's what you get. Which is why I think a lot of AEW fans come from. Like an AEW fan, like, yeah, but a lot of them are like never WWE guys.
Yeah.
That's why they're not watching it. I think if they watch the others, but there's so many not WWE fans out there.
Yeah.
Just saying. My cat just scared the bejesus out of me. Because I'm about to get mauled. If anyone hears me start cussing, that's because my cat's a dick. And now she's perfectly under me where I'm just screwed. So, I don't really have my big moments though, when you're bringing up like moments, is like the landing from Edge spearing Jeff off the titles.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, damn, like, how do you, the referee, go, are you good? Yeah, I'm good. Like, no, really, Jeff, are you good? I'm great.
Or Mick taking a spear off the apron through a flaming table.
Oh, are you good?
Another Edge moment.
Like, I'm good.
I've got a couple Edge moments, really.
Like I'm good. Well, he's like going, you don't smell good. You don't look good. Well, I'm good. Okay.
honestly, I have one. I have to say it. It's nothing. It's nothing insane. But I'm glad it did happen when it did. Is when McMahon came out, New Year's resolution or revolution, whatever it was called.
Revolution.
Edge cashed in against Cena. That was just
At the Elimination Chamber.
yeah. That was
It
that
wasn't
was
the
cool.
best of runs. He should have had a better run, but that was the
Yeah.
first ever. So,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
that.
and how were you going to really,
But
you
it
know,
was the
propose how
first
they
ever.
were going to do it? So you know what I
But-
mean? Like,
Yeah, like, well, here's
For
gonna
the
get his
first
ass
ever Money
kicked
in the
at an
Bank.
Elimination Chamber. But Cena just like withstood it and defended in an
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber. Went hi, bye.
yeah.
Like, they couldn't have done that any better.
And I think the reason why they did it that way with McMahon coming out was to put more heat on Edge, even though Edge was already an established heel,
Yeah,
but just
but-
to make it more.
Just to give a little more,
Yeah.
that when
And I
There's no
kind of
word
wish
for
I
it.
could. I kind of wish I could change out the WWE logo and my spinner belt to the Edge one. Unfortunately, I can't get it out of there to change that up.
I can get it out of there. You won't be happy, but I can get it out of there. I can remove it. I have a gift. I can destroy things. And personally, yours looks way better than him having the R in the middle of it. No offense to the R. If there was just an R and it wasn't just a giant plate, maybe, but it was just a giant like thing. I personally felt that looked stupid. Like none of it really made sense except for Cena. All the people that tried to put different things in it didn't make sense except for Cena. His
Except
plate,
for when Miz turned it upside down and made it a permanent M. That was cool.
just, no matter how good he is, it was stupid. Screw the Miz. Just because all the Marines are terrible. Like he's made 7 of them straight to DVD. And I might not have ever made any, but I'm pretty sure more people know about my wrestling show with Justin than know that the Miz made 7 Marine movies all on his own. In fact, I guarantee that. Wholeheartedly, people that actually, I mean, like, give a damn.
Yeah.
All of our people that normally watch, we care about more about this show than the Miz making 7 Marine movies all by himself. I'll put money on that. Deal with it.
So the next one, very, very shocking moment. I'd say probably shocked Jerry King Lawler out of his pants is when Sable went topless
She went,
with just painted hands. Yeah. I want to know how Vince explained that to the USA Network.
I'm pretty sure he just waited till the next morning when he got the rating and went, look, it worked. Like, look at all the ratings.
Yeah.
Like, done. Went, yeah.
Imagine if that happened now.
No,
I hate to go there, but
no, actually, I can't imagine that going there right now. What the world would end, like literally, heads would roll. But I can go take a break if you want. I can't imagine the world not.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Like the world we were in when Sable was like, woo, and there was, the king going, whoa, losing about like what we do that right now. Like
Yeah.
she'd be getting sued, he'd be getting sued, Vince would be getting sued, the USA Network would be getting sued, everyone would be getting sued. And you and me would still be sitting there going, which is why it's probably not going to make Peacock because Peacock's full of pussies.
well, that's halfway through for me. So I think we could save it maybe for part 2 at this point. I've
We
still
have
got a
so
good-
many, and there's so many.
Yeah, I've
more.
got, and I'll probably think of more. So we could do.
I'll think of more. We could do
Oh,
this
yeah.
forever. Moments like holy, I've already dropped F-bombs. Holy shit moments.
Yeah,
Like there were like 3 times that was chanted just on NXT alone.
I think we could really span this maybe at least over 4 episodes.
not more.
Probably more, but
If not more. But and we brought up some really good ones. Like we
Yeah.
got moments from like we didn't get to the golden. No offense to the golden era. I think the Attitude Era brought so many more eyeballs
Yeah.
because of Nitro. Like everyone was watching everything. And no
Yeah.
offense to the golden era, but they got about 1,000,000 times more viewers
Yeah.
during the Attitude Era just because everyone was watching everything. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. You screwed up. You let everyone know Mick Foley's going to win. That's going to put butts in seats. Actually, it put lots of butts in seats. In fact, your statement is the last thing that anyone said before WCW started losing the war. So here's a round of applause. Loser. Tony Schiavone. Like, you know how many people he probably when Mick Foley's going to win. That's going to put butts in seats. By the way, you guys were killing it until then. How many people did you turn just so they could watch Mick Foley win? And you screwed it. Like, don't tell anyone. No one would have turned. Like, you told all your people that, like, everyone watched everything. Telling everyone what was going to happen and Mick was going to win. At that point, the way wrestling fans were really killed everything because everyone was watching everything.
Yeah.
Like, they had a TV upstairs watching one, they had TV downstairs watching the other.
Yep.
There was no recording possibility, so they had to watch everything.
Open mouth, insert foot.
Like, Tony Schiavone is what killed WCW.
Yep.
But I think it was a good talk. And tomorrow we get to talk about, a little bit of SmackDown, but a whole lot of everything else. Because, again, even though SmackDown does give us a whole show, so we'll probably go into the, let's say, SmackDown and the women's entrances, the themes that we mentioned them slightly the other day, but we could talk about them more.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because SmackDown's like gonna have enough to talk about. No offense
Oh,
to
yeah.
Raw. SmackDown has a lot to talk about because they're not the B show anymore.
Not the plug SmackDown here real quick, but obviously the fist for SmackDown has been confirmed that it's not going to be there. It's still in the warehouse, unfortunately.
You should
Wish
have how
it had
many,
been there.
and thank you. I said if you saw how many things just fell over, went like that.
I'm sorry. Just got to state the fact.
I'm not watching it now. I wasn't gonna watch it anyway until tomorrow, but even though we actually have time this time, so I could actually turn it on. But
Yeah, I know, right?
we started early this Friday. You were ready. But again, I don't mind that. You have kids, a wife, you have all kinds of things. I just have me. Like, I'm ready when you are. Like,
And a
and
cat and a dog.
we got done. The thing we got done. Like, you were ready really early. So normally we're like 45 minutes into SmackDown. So I'll tell you tomorrow. Like, I might actually turn it on, but
Yeah.
like, they don't have the fist. Like, of all things to not bring back after how much. What,
Well, I
you know,
mean,
for how bad
given I
Raw?
think-
No,
given I-
no, you shut up. For how bad Raw and NXT was after those takeovers for the first 2 weeks, the least they could have done is brought the fist back to let us know exactly how we felt after Takeover Mania,
Yeah, but
when we were all completely fisted. You know, here's Vince McMahon. Just, what? You're welcome. Like, I know how you feel. Merry Christmas, America.
Well, I'm pretty sure their warehouse is somewhere in Connecticut, and
Yeah,
given
yeah.
that they're
How
down
many
in
weeks did they
Florida-
figure? What they got a like? How many weeks did like?
I know.
They figured this out before last week. Like, get a semi truck, you pussy. Like, you make millions of dollars a year. What's $80? Sorry, 100 with toll, like with tolls on the turnpike.
Yeah.
Those are all going up thanks to Joe Biden. That's another story. But tomorrow, SmackDown, and
Yep.
we'll go over the women things. Because again,
Yep.
China, Tori, Trish, Lita, like there were so Molly,
Yeah.
like there were so many that had different ones. Like, and we didn't, as you said, like you went over and you told everyone we're not sexist, but they really didn't have their moment
No.
like they do now. Like, they didn't have that. Like, what they have now, they did not have back then. So they deserve that time to talk about that more than like, oh, don't forget about her. Don't forget about her. Don't forget about her. Like, they deserve a whole thing. So
Yeah.
we'll do that tomorrow. I think it'll be really good. I'm actually excited, except for like the people that like stole it. Like, 'cause I know there's a few that just shared theme songs,
Yeah.
which wasn't on the Superstar, obviously, but
Yeah.
that was the lazy part of WWE, which is why we didn't mention it the other day. But till we get to tomorrow, I'm really excited about it. I really am, because they deserve it, especially the Litas and the Trishas and like Ivory and Molly. Like, no matter who is champion, Molly and Ivory never got those chances, but they were there to make the people that they picked look so good.
Yeah.
And Jazz, can't forget Jazz. She was ahead of her time.
Yep.
Hopefully she makes the Hall of Fame sometime because she deserves it.
Yeah, definitely
But-
agreed.
But until then, I'm Ski and I'm horrifically disgruntled and I gotta pee.
And I'm Justin. And don't forget, like, share, comment.
Repeat. And we'll be back with you tomorrow. So until then, peace.